Hi guys, and welcome back to the workshop. Today I'm going to be talking of coolant overflow and of catch cans. So just up in a minute after you subscribed and liked the video now. Thank you. So as we were saying, today I would like to talk first of all of coolant overflow. So all of you Yaris owners know that the coolant tank sometimes under hard stress, under hard work, overflows. And this is because we have only 108 kilopascal lid on it, and this obviously opens up with pressure, and depending on how much pressure it has, it leaves the water to stay in liquid format instead of vapor, and it keeps it inside the circuit and it rises the boiling point of water. So depending also on your mapping, if it's not stock, but I've seen this also on stock cars, in some occasions, whatever you do, the coolant will overflow a little bit, and this is designed into the system. Most probably the reason for which we are not seeing new taps to close it that have, for example, 1.3 bar instead of 1.08, like seen in many other cars and in Evos and in BMWs, that I think it's even 1.5 in certain cars there, is that our coolant reservoir is in fact made of plastic, and I'm not sure that they managed to pass the test with higher vapor chamber pressures. There is a solution out there if you wish to delete this problem completely, because I believe that Lamspeed down in Australia have built a solution for this, but I couldn't get my head around it. So we are always trying to cut the bullshit and to do the things in the most useful way possible, and here is one for this. So from the top of your coolant reservoir, you will see on the side there is a small plug made of rubber that basically is in the space where, in fact, when the lid lifts a little bit its internal chamber, it lets the coolant overflow. So if you wish to diminish the issues of getting your engine bay dirty, what you can do is just remove this little rubber plug and put a little tube and go and bring it into a catch can, wherever that is. And this will not completely clean it up, because it will still get a little bit dirty, because there will be a minor overflow from under the lid screw, but it already will make a much bigger difference. I saw this first time when the car was standard in the first couple of weeks, and I thought of how to do it, and this has improved for me a lot. I must say also that it's normal, if you really push the car, that some of this reservoir coolant liquid will come out, but once again it is designed in the system and it's not a problem. On top of that, if the engine is pushed, so if you got more mapping, if you got a mapping that then is maybe not perfect completely, it could be even more of an issue. Maybe the car is a bit too lean, even if it's difficult on GRs, but depending on the amount of power that you make, this could be a topic. Therefore, this is just a first heads up, and it's a very easy thing to do, very cheap, the way we like it, but also effective. I use just a small canister. I will show you in the images at the end of this video, and it does double function. In fact, this brings us to the second point. For the second point, we are talking about the catch can system. So we have in all cars that are modern at the moment, we do have what we call a PCV system. PCV system that any of you that have owned Volkswagens, or any of you that has owned Golfs or so, know very well, because this is a system in your crank case header that allows the block to breathe the overpressure in it through the crankshaft head. So the PCV itself is, let's say, a labyrinth with a bladder valve, and this is used to clean, to give a first clean between the oil and the vapors to separate them, and then these vapors, in the case of the GR, are rerouted through this tube that goes from up here to the turbo inlet back there. As you see, you will see better later. So when I exchanged my intercooler, I did see that I had a fair amount of oil in my system. Therefore, we took the downpipe off, we took the intake off, and we checked the turbo to see if everything was fine. Turbo, perfect. Therefore, 100% this was about positive crankcase pressure and about the need for a catch can. So once again, I looked on the market. I was looking at the catch cans that really are a can with a small labyrinth inside, and they are giving these to you with two tubes for something like 350 to 500 euro, depending on the solution that you find out there. And for me, it was ludicrous. Plus, many of the kits were installing in points where it was problematic for me to work with due to the intake we designed. Therefore, I was happier to make a very simple system, and this is a 20 euro fix you can do. So what do you want to do? You want to get a 15 millimeter internal diameter tube. You will remove the OEM tube. You will attach on the crankcase side this new tube, and you will just very simply route it and run it into a can that catches. That it can be a catch can with labyrinth, even better. And you can block it just under here. You can attach it to the nozzle that comes up to fill your windscreen wiper fluid, and it's very clean installed. You can't see it at all. It's very stealth also. And on the other side, where you took the tube off from the turbo intake elbow, you will just need to put a little tap on it, and this will again seal the intake. That's very important, mind you, because it's always 15 millimeter diameter. It's just a little rubber lid that is made like a small dome, and you just use not a zip tie, but you use a metallic block like this, and you will be fine. So from that moment, of course, you cannot see so much of a difference in, even if your car, let's say, is not pushed so far. But believe me, what happens is, if the oil and let's say this moist of separated or partially separated oil residue goes all the time into your turbo intake, what it will be doing 100%, will be mixing with the air, and then it will be diluting the octane rating of your fuel, and this is why you don't want to have that. So I hope this was helpful, just a quick one, and yeah, have a great day all of you, and please remember to subscribe. Cheers now.